Hey guys, we talk about the latest episode of The Walking Dead, Hostiles and Calamities. Full spoilers follow, so if you haven't seen that episode, that's your warning. Let's go into it. And this was another...
Batter up.
Batter up. This is another episode back amongst the saviors, back in the thick of things with, only Team Negan, obviously Eugene kind of being our point of entry. I gotta say, Negan, so much hype, so much build up, great actor playing him, but man, to me, his shtick has gotten old really fast.
I thought this was a great Eugene episode. Not something we get to say a lot.
No.
Eugene, very frequently a character who isn't in the foreground because he's overshadowed by other characters. It was nice to see him go back to his old shtick where he was lying. He can be the big man in this new group.
Builds himself up.
Right, exactly. And it was fun to see him go back to that and question, he has that smile. Why did he smile? But you had Negan here. I feel like his scenes really brought down the episode, and the one in particular that I'm thinking of is when he goes and confronts the doctor in front of everyone, and he does the same thing we've seen him do every time. Like, let me set the stage. Negan gets up in someone's face, threatens them with Lucille, acts like they're fine, they're gonna walk away, and then turns around and kills them. Like, we've seen him. I was watching it and I was like, he's not gonna walk away. The doctor isn't gonna live. He doesn't need him. And it was interesting in that we were seeing Eugene sort of assess that, because beyond when Negan killed Everett, but I guess he already did see that because he saw both Abraham and Glenn die that way. So I don't know. It's only been not even a season, not even 3/4 of a season with him, and already I'm like, can we switch it up? Can we do something different with him?
Which I guess the argument would be, it is different because sometimes he takes off half a guy's face and sometimes he throws him into a fire, sometimes he uses a baseball bat, but
it's just the same
It's the same thing, and it's boring, it really is. It's like, unless, you were only looking for like an act of violence as like the only thing, entertaining, and it can be on TV. But with Negan, it really feels repetitive. And like you said, it's like, even the way they do like, oh, I'm not gonna do anything. And then they cut to the people, oh no, like
I was like looking at my watch that I don't actually have, my metaphoric watch, and being like, okay, we know where this is going at this point.
Yeah. And I agree with you, like, I liked seeing a little more of Eugene's perspective and what he was doing, but I also felt like this was the second or third episode that was like someone's like viewpoint of life amongst Negan's group.
Right.
And there were variants to it, like this time it was like him sort of amongst the brides a little bit more. But we've seen enough of like the Savior's world now that it's like, okay, I don't know how much we need to establish this. And I think, they're obviously building stuff with Dwight, and I really liked what they did with Dwight on that one episode last fall that kind of put his viewpoint.
I actually really liked what they did with him and his wife's letter in this. I thought it was really impactful when he pulls out the beer and the pretzels.
Although it is weird that the way they spaced things out on Walking Dead, that it was like, oh man, I wish this had been a little closer to that other episode, because it had been
when
so
Daryl
long,
escaped.
But I'm interested by that stuff. But it's like Negan himself, less is definitely more unless they really mix up what happens with him.
And I will say the end of last season was very much building up to this idea of everyone wants to kill Negan, but no one will do it. And I feel like that was like the capstone of the mid-season finale. And we come back and we expect them to be getting everything in gear. And you've seen Rick doing that in the first episode back, going to the kingdom. He finds this mysterious group. But then in this, I felt like we went back to, oh, cool, now we know more people who want to kill Negan. Like Dwight is closer to wanting to do it. His brides want to do it. We know we have Eugene on the inside, even though I buy that Eugene's like, no, this is a good life for me. I don't care. I'm a coward. I will do this. I guess I just, at this point, want to either see different sides of Negan, which I'm not convinced there necessarily are, and that's maybe part of the problem. His character is almost, cartoony, and not necessarily in a bad way, but it is when it becomes repetitive. And also, I just want to see some like forward momentum on this idea. I don't want it to get to the end of the season and we're still like, we're setting up all-out war, because if that's the case, it's been one full season of setup with no catharsis.
And it's just also, the more we see of Negan act like this, it brings me back to something that Matt Fowler put in his review a couple weeks ago of when Rosita tried to shoot Negan, that it's very unbelievable at this point that there isn't constant attempts on Negan's life.
Right.
Like, even the girl who wanted to kill herself, like, you'd think someone like that would also try to kill Negan. Like, it just feels like Negan would constantly have people snapping if this is how he behaves. Like, it's just, I know it's supposed to be the sort of cult of personality thing, and I am Negan, but because it's at such an extreme, it just feels like the whole crowd isn't going to go along with that. They'll always be pushing too hard, so you just feel like this is a guy who would be constantly having death, coming at him, and that's not the case. So, but he sure likes to do those. I'm going to let you go, but
he does.
Surprise you're dead.
We heard there are a lot of baseball players who are apparently getting Lucille bats as well. So watch out. This could be catching more people in our world.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, watch out, people.
Hopefully not. Enjoy Negan or not on your TV, people. If you care. So those are our thoughts on current Negan. What do you think? I mean, is he still delivering for you? Do you still like all these scenes where Negan's doing his thing? Or do you think it's kind of gotten played out and maybe they need to mix it up a little bit?
And remember, if you disagree with us in our stance on Negan, it's not a personal attack on you. We can all have intelligent adult conversations about this, and we'd love to chat with you and your thoughts on why you might really, really like what they're doing with Negan.
Except for that one guy.
Except for that
You know
one
that
guy,
thing.
yeah.
We got a history. So yes, let us know in the comments what you think, whether you disagree or not with us. And for all things Walking Dead and villains with baseball bats, keep it here at IGN.